Hello, John Rule. I'm glad you're
Hello,
here again
I'm
on
glad to be here.
Short Takes at Public Access Television. Let's see some photos from Fayetteville on the 18th of November, 2013.
Oh,
That's the little,
milkweed pod.
yes, sir, it's the Asclepias verticillata, the little tiny one. That's a little blue stem grass.
Yeah, I see
Actually,
it.
those two are in my yard. I didn't even take a walk out on the prairie. I just looked and see them.
Amazing that life can come from something so small.
Yes, sir, it is. And that's at the Fayetteville Public Library. That's a Sierra Club sponsored event with a panel discussion of the health of women worldwide and the troubles that women have, extreme troubles in many nations because of the environmental changes. And it's very authoritative. And you see some of our usual friends there.
Well, in third world countries, as the water diminishes, it's going very hard on women. And as the growth, the wood, the supply and everything.
The wood, yeah, they don't have firewood where they need it in some places. Certainly, just desert-like, created by population growth in many cases, and the problem of the maybe walking a mile, carrying the youngest of their several children, and population, their own family population is something they are learning because of some of the programs sponsored by various United States groups and other countries to try to help them utilize birth control and actually plan their families instead of just having one every year till they drop. And that's what we've seen in many cases. That's a
beautiful shot.
Swamp milkweed seed, and that was in seed, about the last one on that, along that pond, on that part of that pond where I walked up to see if there were still any pods left, and there weren't but a few seeds in that area. The Action for a More Just and Sustainable Future, and this is a Sierra Club meeting the following day, and this one's at the university campus, and it's about weathering change, stories about climate and family from women around the world. And I wish we could show you the whole DVD. It's available on the Sierra Club's national website. But anyhow, they had two interesting films, powerful films, at the two gatherings. Now that you just saw Rob Leffler and Tom McKinney, and this man, I haven't learned his name yet. He's a member of Central Arkansas group of Sierra Club, and we were all there at Bob Allen's house, and Bob Allen's the guy in the yellow flowery shirt, and we were out there having chili that Bob provided from, might be a little mutton in it.
Really?
He raises sheep and just has a beautiful place.
Venison has a mutton taste sometimes, particularly if the
I
hunter
saw
was careless.
the sheep. I only saw the tracks of deer, so I'm not sure. But there you see Mrs. Allen, and like you, Mr. Allen, Professor Allen taught at Arkansas Tech. Did you teach there way back?
Yeah, I taught there 67 through 70, my wife and I did.
And he's taught there since then, I guess. Probably came soon after you left or something. And he's retired now. And that's a young lady, Karen Sykes, and she gave a presentation on planning for the future. What do we want to be in 5 years? And she introduced that, I think, at the next statewide meeting, executive committee meeting. We'll have to discuss that. See that tree that's sticking out?
I do.
Looks like it's growing right off of the rocks.
I do.
Well, underneath there's underneath that shelf of rock, there's what looks like a root the same size as a tree. In fact, I don't know how you describe things like that because you see it in different places, and it's really hard to imagine. You got any of those at your house? Any really weird trees up there on the hillside?
Yes, but there are weird trees here in Fayetteville.
Just
That is to say, there are certain things sprouting right out of the limestone
see how it
and
hangs there,
paving.
it's not
Yeah,
touching.
I see.
But if you look to the right,
Mm-hmm.
you see that trunk looking, looks like it's got
I do.
bark on it, just
That's
like
the
the
darndest fruit I've
standing
ever seen.
thing.
That's what it is.
It's,
And this
I don't
is
know which it's called. It may have started out as that's buttonbush, and it was
buttonbush.
growing there
Yeah.
in the edge of
You can see
the
why
stream.
it's called that.
Yeah, and it's white flowers in the summer. We've shown you a lot. Anyway, that was several things I did. Those are just things from what Thursday, Friday, and Saturday
Right.
last week. So Sierra Club's got a lot going on, a lot of educational things, and I wish more people got to go to them as you and I get to these days, since we're both on the Highland Ozark Headwaters Group Executive
Right.
Committee. Till next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See you. Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd. It's the 21st of November 2013. Let's see some photos from Beaver Lake Watershed. This is a town branch of the West Fork of the White River. No trash in that shot because it's just got leaves, and there are too many leaves going in our streams right now. Here we find a couple of flower flies in love on a dandelion. And what this tells us is in November, middle November, you can have insects, beneficial pollinator insects, still trying to reproduce. They need the foliage to utilize for that purpose. Anyway, there's a chart of butterflies by Cindy Cope. She'll probably make those available different ways. Water quality conservation, technical assistance, source water protection, restoration. This is Beaver Watershed Alliance information. And where do all these 93 billion gallons of drinking water come from? Well, Beaver Lake. So it's really important that we keep debris and sewage and all sorts of erosion, product of erosion going into the stream. There you are, and you can see on the far bank there a lot of paper cups, and there are bottles and cans and all sorts of stuff washed down the stream. Even pieces of wood and concrete washes down. And this cleanup was on the, let's see, this was Tuesday, 2 days ago, 19th. And most of that was picked up by the team of people that came out to clean up. And I will note that that was cleaned up. But today, when I crossed the stream a while ago, after a early morning, late night, whatever, storm hit, and then more rain falling even right now, I believe. But more things have collected down there. And in fact, it washed over 11th Street. And more debris comes down every time, and more silt from the construction projects upstream around the campus, apartment complexes. A lot of this debris comes from students who just don't seem to know that this stuff is bad for the environment. It can kill birds and other living things. Anyway, we'll have more on that in a minute, but here's the trail work from 11th, that's 9th Street from South School Avenue over to Locust Avenue, which would come from your left. If you're looking at this shot, it's the left is uphill to the university. To the downtown. This is the entrance where you see where those guys are standing. That's where the trail's going to cross this 9th Street intersection with Locust. And you see the pipe there? That guy's digging that hole, that ditch out, of good healthy soil where water soaks in. They're going to put a pipe under it. This is the way it looks toward Walker Park. they're getting ready to put the bridge in. Those spikes are sticking up there that'll hold the bridge. And some on the other side you see in Walker Park. So they've taken out a lot of stream bank for that. Okay, back to the Great American Cleanup over on the Town Branch. The gathering place was World Peace Wetland Prairie. You can see a team of 3 there at left that work with the Beaver Lake Watershed Alliance and a newspaper photographer. And there's a truck that came speeding by, and he had some bags of trash. Maybe he's the one that throws things in here. I don't know, but a very dangerous, frightening driver to the whole group, I think. And here, people at work, and newspaper guy recording the action, and a videographer there that's creating a show about the work of Beaver Watershed Alliance. And that's the director. And John's a longtime environmental activist, but mostly he's an environmental professional. And we always have to have lots of professionals to actually stay on the job, get paid for the job, and get things organized. So you probably saw a picture of John on the front page of the Northwest Arkansas Times on Wednesday after this event on Tuesday. That's Cindy Cope, and she is the one that created some of the literature we were looking at before, and a great leader in Fayetteville and Bloom projects. Till next time, do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green. See ya.